Powerful explosions followed the reported impacts of Ukraine-launched Atacms ballistic missiles, striking a pair of Russian air bases in the Crimea Peninsula early on Friday morning, causing casualties, sparking fires, and damaging military infrastructure, news reports and social media said. At the Saki military airbase near the village of Novofedorivka, on the Crimean West Sea coast, local media reported at least 2 heavy blasts occurring around 3 a.m. local time. Video geolocated to the area showed fires reaching more than 100 meters, 330 feet, into the sky, billowing smoke, and more than a dozen secondary explosions. The pro-Ukraine military information platform Krimsky Vater said an aircraft ammunition depot was destroyed, and that once the blaze got going, Russian Air Force air-to-air missiles in bunkers caught fire and flew randomly into the sky. The independent Russian news agency Astra said 2 Russian service personnel were injured. Crimean social media told of multiple ambulances responding to the scene. At least 2 of the American-made Atacms missiles carried out the strike, Astra reported. According to those sources, another pair of nighttime explosions was heard and seen some 5 kilometers, 3 miles, from Novofedorivka and Saki airfield, near Shelkovichne village, where a Russian Air Force radar station was reportedly damaged. Ukraine's Union news agency confirmed those accounts and reported a Russian S-300 anti-aircraft missile battery had been put out of action. Uncorroborated reports told of probable Ukrainian attack drones heard or seen in airspace over Crimea and being shot down or hitting targets near the cities of Yevpatoria and Simferopol. Some accounts said 2 of the 4 Atacms had been shot down by local air defenses. Neither Russia's defense ministry nor Ukraine's Army General Staff on Friday morning made comment on the strikes. In past Atacms strikes against Crimea, Ukraine's Army Main Intelligence Directorate has often taken credit for employing mixed drone missile tactics in attacks. The popular Russian Air Force milbloggers, Fighter Bomber, in comments published less than 4 hours after the missile strikes, complained it had been obvious the Ukrainian attacks were coming. He said Kremlin military leadership ignored a Royal Air Force air patrol led by a high-tech RC-135W spy plane that spent hours on Wednesday cruising off the Crimean coast over international waters in a mission to collect data on Russian military sites and units for Kiev target planners. On Wednesday, NATO air forces staged a complex UK-led air operation over the western Black Sea, culminating with the flyby of Crimea's coast by the RC-135 reconnaissance plane and a pair of RAF Eurofighter Typhoons. A Russian Su-27 fighter jet eventually intercepted the British military aircraft, but did not interfere. Hardcore Moscow supporters have argued the Kremlin must somehow stop the NATO data collection flights rather than just sending a Russian fighter pilot to wave at them. Once again, guys, it's not a very good morning all. Well, did we manage to turn back the RC-135? Did we respect all international norms? Did it help? I told you about all of this already. Eternal memory to the dead, Fighter Bomber told his 500,000-plus followers in a post blaming Russian Air Force leadership for inaction. Following a 6-month U.S. legislative ban on sending military support of any kind to Ukraine, Kiev, starting in April, received new supplies of Atacms surface-to-surface missiles, a precision-guided long-range weapon Ukraine has mostly used to attack and degrade Russian air bases and air defenses, particularly in Crimea. Prior to Friday, the most recent confirmed Ukrainian Atacms strike took place on July 21st, when at least a single missile impacted in the vicinity of a Russian S-300 anti-aircraft system, NATO reporting name SA-10 Grumble, near the central Crimean village of Novostepov. The missile's cluster munitions destroyed main 9S-19 radar, as well as 4 tracking and target acquisition radar, the pro-Ukraine Okogora Crimea information platform reported, citing satellite images of a firing site geolocated to the north of village. Other sources reported that an attack took place near Novostepov at that time, but did not confirm the damage. According to its manufacturers, the S-300B is one of the best air defense systems in the world. On July 22nd, dozens of Ukrainian kamikaze drones hit an airbase near the city Morozovsk, in Russia's far western Rostov Oblast, adjacent to Crimea, targeting S-300 and S-400 air defense systems, parked combat aircraft, and airfield infrastructure. Official Russian sources said all the Ukrainian drones were shot down, but Russian mill bloggers, social media, and Ukrainian official and social media platforms said the strikes hit aircraft and ground facilities. On Friday morning, Russian authorities reported fires in Rostov Oblast following the alleged shootdown of a wave of Ukrainian drones. During the night, Rostov Oblast also experienced attacks. Specific details about the targets are unknown, but the Russian Ministry of Defense claimed to have shot down 4 UAVs. Additionally, there are images of a burning field near the village of Nesvitai. Putin's press secretary Peskov says that the situation with the birth rate in Russia is catastrophic. Any mother with several children is a heroine, and that the situation urgently needs to be corrected. But no one seems to be addressing the elephant in the room, the brutal war that Putin, Peskov, and their junta launched against Ukraine with meat assaults and zero regard for human life.
Да любая многодетная мать — это герой. Вот смотрите, вот герой сидит, героиня. Я вам серьезно говорю. Потому что мы с вами как Россия, мы каждый год нас становится меньше. Мы живем в самой большой стране мира, а нас каждый год становится меньше. А справиться это можно только увеличением среднего коэффициента рождаемости. Он у нас сейчас находится на страшно низком. 1,4. Это сравнимо с европейскими странами, с Японией и так далее, но это катастрофически для будущего нации. Катастрофически мало. И поэтому вам вот в пояс кланяюсь за то, что вы свою программу минимум уже выполнили.
The Bank of Russia raised the interest rate by 2% from 16% to 18% in an attempt to control inflation, which is much higher than the previous April forecast. According to the regulator, inflation has accelerated and is significantly higher than the April forecast of the Bank of Russia. The growth of domestic demand continues to significantly outpace the possibility of expanding the supply of goods and services.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.